Hi everyone, it's me Aura again, and thanks for joining with me on another episode of Aura in the Clouds. Today I'm going to be covering the important topic of what does it take to become an Emirates cabin crew. I'm going to cover some Emirates specifics, but I'll also add in some other airline guidelines or regional airline guidelines in case you want to join a different airline. So let's get straight into it. The minimum required educational level to become an Emirates cabin crew is to be a high school graduate. Of course, if your educational level is higher, it's always going to be a plus. This is similar with almost all airlines out there. Usually, the minimum required educational level is a high school graduation. I'm going to also link work experience in this topic as well. It's not mandatory that you have work experience prior to joining Emirates Airlines. I had no work experience at all because this is actually my first proper official job. It's always a plus, of course, if you have some work experience, but yes, you can join Emirates cabin crew if you have no prior work experience. The minimum age requirement to become Emirates Air cabin crew is to be 21 years of age. Now, there's no maximum set limit. However, I've not personally seen anybody joining new above about 32 years of age. This doesn't mean that you can't apply because the set rule is that you must be minimum 21 years of age. Now, this age limit becomes different from airline to airline. A lot of Asian airlines usually have an age limit of a joining age limit of 18 to 25. So you actually have to start a little bit young. Whereas some European or US airlines, actually there's no particular age limit at all. You can even become cabin crew when you're 45. So it really depends on which airline you want to work for because the age limit can differ accordingly. The language requirement for you to become Emirates cabin crew is that you need to be able to speak, read and write in fluent English. Your English doesn't have to be immaculate. However, you need to be able to read and write in English as well. Any other language skill that you have is always going to be a plus. And depending on your language skills, you might get specific flights more. For example, I speak Sinhalese, so I tend to get Sri Lankan flights more. If you speak Spanish, you might get flights to Spain or even to the South American countries and so on. Now, please keep in mind, you must be able to speak, read and write in whatever language that you declare to the company. Just because I can mumble a few Japanese words and put a few basic sentences together, I can't declare that as a language that I know. The reason behind this is you need to be sufficiently fluent in a language to be able to communicate in an emergency or medical situation, or be able to read the PAs of that language. So make sure that you know a language well before you declare it, because otherwise you might get in trouble. The minimum height requirement to become Emirates cabin crew is to be of 160 centimeters. But that's not the only thing. You need to have an arm reach of 212 centimeters while standing on tiptoes. Your arm reach test will be conducted on your open day or on your interview. So basically, there's going to be a mark on the wall. You need to reach up and make sure that your fingertips pass that mark line. And this is something that's done in every single airline. You need to be able to pass their height and arm reach specifications. Now, why is this arm reach test so important? It's because on board a plane, some of the emergency equipment are stored up in the hat racks. You need to be able to reach up, open those compartments, and take those equipment during an emergency situation. Now here at Emirates, they like the cabin crew to have a very natural look. So this means unnatural hair colors or tattoos that are visible when you're wearing the uniform are not allowed. If you have natural birthmarks or scars, that's fine. But braces are not allowed. Your teeth doesn't have to be super perfect, but just braces are not allowed. Reading glasses are okay. Now, these physical appearance guides depends on which airline you want to join. I know that there are some airlines out there where they allow you to wear braces, whereas some Asian airlines, they will scrutinize your physical appearance to the smallest detail. But here at Emirates, as long as you look natural, you'll be fine. Now, I talked about this in a previous video as well. This job isn't just about looking all pretty. You have to deal with emergency situations, medical emergencies, and sometimes even have to deal with unpleasant customers. It's all part of the job. If you're scared of things like turbulence, this might just not be the job for you. Being a cabin crew takes a bit of studying. If you thought you could leave books, studying, and exams behind, you're wrong. Every year, cabin crew have to sit for safety and emergency exams and training and renew their flying licenses. You have to constantly keep yourself updated with ever-changing regulations, flight specifics, or other updates, and this happens in all airlines. There are some bonus skills that will help you get the cabin crew job. These are not mandatory requirements, but simply skills that might give you a little bit of a leg up. Like I said before, knowing multiple languages is one such bonus. Another such bonus skill is swimming. Now, you may be wondering, why do you need to be able to swim for a job that's up in the air? The reason behind this is planes are designed to make an emergency landing on water. This event is called a ditching. And in the unlikely event of a ditching, who knows, you might have to use your swimming skills to save yourself or somebody else. By the way, during your safety and emergency training, you will actually do a simulation of a ditching. And you'll be put into a large pool of water and you'll practice all kinds of survival positions in the water. But don't worry, you'll have life jackets. Another such bonus skill that might help you is any sort of medical training. If you have any sort of nurse, doctor, paramedic training, or even midwife training, this will all help you get a cabin crew job, because you will be the doctor or a nurse in a plane 40,000 feet up in the air. Similarly, if you have any kind of martial arts skills, self-defense training, military or police training, these all give you a little bit of a boost when applying to a cabin crew job, because these kind of skills come in handy when dealing with unruly passengers on board. If you have these kind of special skills, like medical or martial arts skills, you can even later apply to become a medical or security trainer. I left one of the biggest factors for the last, and that is your personality. Emirates is always on the lookout for unique individuals. Whether you're shy or super bubbly and talkative, it doesn't matter. What they want to see is who you truly are. They want to see how you interact with others or how you adapt to different cultures. They're always on the lookout for people that can uphold the Emirates' multicultural environment. And that all comes down to who you truly are. Alright guys, so that's all the information I have for today. I hope this helps anyone who's looking to join the cabin crew job in the future, whether it's in Emirates or any other airline. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you again on another episode of Aura in the Clouds.